following is a production of Learfield Sports.
It's official. The kids are back in school and college sports are all full steam ahead. But that's the only way we roll on the UMass Sports Insider. Today we take a look at a trio of alumni making an impact on the UMass football coaching staff. Then we meet a Massachusetts native who took a walk-on spot and has become a pivotal starter. Speaking of walk-ons, one of UMass's hardest working walk-ons is now on scholarship in Victor Santiago. Plus, we look back at Marty Jacobson's philanthropic efforts, which are providing long-term dividends for UMass. And we head over to Gladchuck as field hockey head coach Barb Weinberg gets mic'd up. Get a drink, find that spot you like on the couch. It's time for UMass Sports Insider. Let's go. Well, hello and welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host, Josh Maurer, and coming up, we've got lots of football in this episode, plus a little bit of field hockey coming up later on. We begin on the gridiron right here at McGurk Stadium, where for this trio of UMass coaches, it is not just a regular stop on the career path. Nope, they're at a spot that is synonymous with home and family. Let's meet the trio who truly love UMass.
Being a hometown kid, growing up 25 minutes away from here, you know that this was the team to come and watch play. Then having the opportunity to come here as a scholarship football player was you know, an opportunity I couldn't turn down.
A cousin of mine played for Maine, and I actually went up to a game and watched him against against UMass. So I was a little bit familiar with the school, knowing Marcus Camby, and then meeting Coach Whip, and they had one scholarship left, and I got lucky. He gave it to me, and the rest was history. If that didn't happen, I was going to junior college, you know, and I really didn't want to go that route. That's why I went to prep school out of high school. So I was really lucky. I was blessed, and I was extremely happy that he, you know, gave me the scholarship.
I thought primarily UMass was a basketball school until I got up here and saw the rich tradition of football. And then just having Coach Whip here made me feel real comfortable. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything coming up here and playing football at UMass, and just trying to keep that same mentality rolling now as a coach.
In 2006, I had a semester left of work to do, so I ended up deciding to come back to finish it up, and it just so happens that Coach Whip had got rehired. I drove up to the press conference and met him again. I hadn't seen him since he left in 2003. And when he saw me, it was kind of like he just saw me the day before. He never skipped a beat.
Just coming back, having an opportunity to come back and help this program grow at the FBS level was something that I had dreamed of as a coach, and I had the opportunity to do it. So figured it'd be good for me.
When Coach Whip gave me a phone call to give me the opportunity to come back, you know, I jumped at it. You know, teams didn't want to come here to Amherst to play UMass. You know, we were a tough, hard-nosed team. I think getting back to that mentality with Coach Whip's offense and Coach Pinkham's defense, I think we're making strides to get back to that tough, hard-nosed team.
I'm not borrowing this jersey, this tradition. I've worn it. It's in my heart. It's engraved in my DNA. So, you know, wins feel a little bit better. Losses hurt a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. Being an alum and being here and have worn the colors, and the kids know that and respect that a lot more from you. I coach with my heart. You guys see, I'm always running around. I got a lot of passion. I care for the kids. That's just the type of guy I am. High energy.
I always felt like this school is a sleeping giant in regards to the football program. The campus is amazing. It's a wonderful school from an academic standpoint, and I just felt like this is a place that can take over.
Certainly no better than those three coaches to instill a love of UMass in the current Minutemen. Well, college football is dotted with stories of walk-on hopefuls who have become starters, and Brockton, Mass's Joe Previty is no exception. He comes from a family with a real football lineage, and recently we sat down with Joe to learn about his journey from walk-on at UMass to a starting defensive tackle.
I was a walk-on for 2 years. And then before we played Boston College, my third year, Richard's sophomore year, that's when they put me on scholarship because I was starting that game. Coach Whipple told me and my roommate, Jeremy Rodriguez, did BC offer you? And I was like, no. And then he's like, well, we're gonna offer you. And then everyone jumped on us and stuff. And it was probably the best day of my life. And that was my first start, starting against BC. That was an awesome experience.
I think wanted to prove a lot to a lot of people. Coming out of Massachusetts, this is obviously a big game coming up here for him, that he could play at this level. What's that saying? It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Remember one practice, I told a kid in front of me, Coach Salazzo put me in, and he didn't, but I just had to get in, get some reps, and then he saw me. I ended up getting more reps, and the biggest thing was just getting used to the speed of the game, and once I did, that was good. Yeah, I was so excited when I went in against Temple my sophomore year, Richard freshman year. And I knew I had a couple tackles, and I knew I could play Division I. And then the next year I started a few games because the kid in front of me, Pete Ange, got hurt. And then I ended up getting hurt and missed the rest of the season. I put in so much effort. I started that game. I was starting all these games, and I was finally playing a lot, and then I hurt myself, and it just, that was one of the lowest points of my college career.
From an accountability standpoint, he comes to work every day, and I don't use that loosely as far as work. I mean, he treats this as a trade for him. On the field, he just goes hard. I mean, he hits the sled like it's going to last time he hits the sled. He runs the hoops like it's the last time he's going to run the hoops, and kids notice that, and they want to rise to that level because they see Joe's stature now.
And now that people looking up to me, I always got to be doing the right thing, always doing my job, always the first one, in the weight room, always getting treatment, and it's an important role to have, but I think I'm doing a good job.
He elevates the other guys. He elevates the professional part of the business. Sometimes you need other kids to help you manage things, and Joe is just one of those guys. He's been a great leader in that regard.
Yeah, I really like Coach Wisman. I learned so much more about the X's and O's of the defense, and in previous years I only knew my position, but now I know mostly all the nose positions, all the DN positions, plays, and then all my plays, and I think Coach West makes everyone know what they're doing more. I like working with him a lot. He's a really positive guy.
Well, thanks so much, Joe. Like so many others who have just wanted that chance to prove themselves, Joe Previty has been doing that on the gridiron each and every Saturday. Time for us to break here on UMass Sports Insider, but don't go far away. We are just getting started. On the other side, we'll share a truly inspirational story of Victor Santiago, who recently found out he was getting a full scholarship at UMass. Then we'll look back at Marty Jacobson's transformational gift to the university that will make an impact for years to come. See you on the flip side.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Normally when you make your mother cry, it is not a good thing. But when Victor Santiago of the UMass football team was recently surprised with a full scholarship in a team meeting, let's just say that they were truly tears of joy. You saw the videos when it happened, but now let's meet Victor and see just how hard he has worked.
There's a very special person here that he wanted to call up front to come here. Victor Santiago, is Victor here? All right, come on up, Victor.
We just got a call from Vic's mother.
Okay.
Worried about bills. Well, tell her you're on full salary.
Oh no, I did not expect that at all. Like, he called me up. I didn't know he was gonna say like a good work this week, but then he told me I got a full scholarship. So I was just like, it's crazy. Hard work paid off. The first person to tackle, oh, Marquise Young, yeah. He's in the front. He picked me up, held me the whole time. It felt good. Everybody around me getting hype and stuff. So like, best feeling ever.
Vic is a very energetic young running back / athlete who's given us everything he has since the day one he arrived on campus. It has been great to have him in this room. He's become a little bit of the bright spot or light in this room as far as, you know, everybody else is veterans, Marquise, Bilal. So to have that guy that kind of little brother him a lot, he's the one that they make sure that he's getting his steps right, getting his protections right. So to have him in this room has been a blessing for all of us, including myself.
Yeah, we saw him when he was at Milford and was an explosive player and really great kid. Just comes with a positive attitude, loves to compete, loves to come to practice. You know, had some issues financially and had to take a semester off and worked hard, and got the class that he needed, came back eligible, and had a great camp.
Nothing's gonna change, really go harder than ever. Like, I've been going hard, so like, now I'm gonna just go harder though. Like, just keep going hard, that's it. That's all I know ever since I was young, so now I just gotta keep going.
What he does, he just gives you everything every day, and he deserves it. Playing running back, playing receiver, he gives the starting defense fits. Everybody on the team loves him, and he's just that walk-on. There's always that one walk-on that deserves that extra push every year. Hands down, it was him coming out of camp. Hands down. And when we were lucky, we weren't even sure he was going to come back this year. And the fact that he was able to come back, took care of what he needed to take care of to get back here, and it was no drop-off. He gave us everything we wanted, gave us great looks, made big plays each scrimmage. Every scrimmage he had a big play. So it was an easy decision across the entire staff.
Hello? Mom.
Yeah, hold on. Wait 1 second. Take him off the speaker.
My phone's about to die. Just listen.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the front. Oh, it's this way. Yeah, what's up?
They gave me a full scholarship. It's crazy, right?
A guy that everybody on the team loves, the coach staff loves, and you know, I think he epitomizes what we're looking for in a UMass football player, and really excited to coach him.
We are so pleased for Victor and his family. Well, the man who helped announce that surprise scholarship was also recently honored in a ceremony before the Duquesne football game, none other than UMass alumnus Marty Jacobson, who along with his brother Richard has been instrumental in helping UMass's rise to the Football Bowl subdivision. The Football Performance Center now bears Marty's name, and as you're about to see, for him, it's more than just about football with UMass.
This is a very special place.
I'm very excited about Ryan Bamford as the athletic director. I think the coaches that he's put into place. I think that we have a real renaissance, and that's one of the reasons why I thought the timing of my gift would be critical. I think football, we're very close. We've got a great head coach who, given the right tools, is going to make us proud. And I just felt that we needed a lead gift that would allow us to do some of the things that we've been lacking. The thing that's beautiful about Massachusetts, not only are you giving a gift that you feel you can make a difference, but whether it's athletics or other projects on campus. The Eisenberg, what's going on there is amazing. They really appreciate how people step up and they treat you the right way. People see the generosity of others, that it's an opportunity for them to give as well. It's exciting, the opportunities that sports will allow the whole university to be better. Our chancellor, he says it best when he said, you know, athletics is the front porch of the university. Not everybody is going to be passionate about sports, but it really is something that when you are successful, and we will be successful, you can take great pride in. We've got a dynamic chancellor that I think has done amazing things to help us grow and where we want to be as a top 20 public university. Ironically enough, I actually, in my high school yearbook, it shows me going to Syracuse, which I was already had gone up, and that was where I was going. At the very last minute, I came to visit here and just fell in love with the place. When I was considering universities to go to, I just got very excited about what I saw as an exciting, vibrant school. My brother and I saw an opportunity to get into apparel, and we bought a ladies' apparel company in Tampa, Florida, and we repositioned that into being the first company to take college apparel from the bookstore to retail. We saw it prosper and then ended up selling that business, and that gave me the ability to do things like we're doing today.
On behalf of everybody with UMass Athletics, we truly thank Marty and his brother Richard for their generous support to help the UMass football program and so many student athletes. Time for us to step aside. We're coming back in just a few, and when we do, we'll head over to field hockey to meet second-year head coach Barb Weinberg as she gets mic'd up. What's a nice scoopity scoop? Find out when we come back.
Hey, do you want to come to the game tonight?
Of course. I can get more points on my Militia Rewards app.
Tonight's game is worth 10 points. Wow, you can get rewarded for having fun at a sporting event?
Yeah, that's how I got this.
Tonight's game's been pushed back to 7:30, so make sure you adjust accordingly.
Oh yeah, I can get updates as the game time changes, and I can follow UMass Athletics Twitter. So let's get to that game.
Yeah, let's go. So how do you check in?
It's easy. Just scroll down to the event that you're at and press check in.
You've unlocked a new reward. No way. More rewards? I gotta get this app.
This is the place where planets collide, where Pulitzer and Fulbright are full-time residents, where 28,000 brilliant young minds from 65 countries call home. This is the place that propels the state and lifts the world. UMass Amherst, this is the place.
Between the hash marks and knocked to the ground for the touchdown. Nick Orokoya's first career rushing touchdown.
Hey, welcome back. One of the newest coaches at UMass, Barb Weinberg, made an immediate impact on the field hockey program last year as she led the Minute Women all the way to the Atlantic 10 championship match. Well, as the season was getting underway this season, we recently stopped by a practice and put a microphone on Coach. Here she was, and here's what she sounded like working with her team.
All right, Mass. We're going to go into our APCs / the skills group. Goalkeepers are going to be with Sarah during that time for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to go into a game where it's our pressing emphasis. Okay? Then we'll call it a day. First runner, please make sure that you are doing a full acceleration before we start DPCs, okay? Flyer. We need to be at 100%. They're filming. Yeah. Yeah. I do. I'm thinking about it. Fine. Is that what you want from Jamie there? So that's my question. If we run a box and they do that option, do you want Jamie to try to get pressure on, but she held inside to take away this tipper at the P spot? Good scoopy scoop, Shauna. Because what's happening at the moment, if Maggie or Ratch isn't coming all the way in, we're ending up all the way out here, and it literally looks like a parting of the Red Seas from the top. Oh. Skimmed her armpit. I know how that feels.
Yeah, that one.
You are living the glory days. G, that was a way better position. You took the inside space, but now we got to get your stick on the ground. You're there, but it's got to be. You got to be ready to make that intercept. So boxing out, but you got to have your stick on the floor in case that ball comes to you. That's better. Guys. Still kind of wide on that. Leading up, calling for the ball, post up trap. I'm playing defense behind her, okay, not full on. It's gonna be a little bit of referred pressure. Maggie's spinning out, giving it to her player here. Yeah, fine. Fine, let's play. Let's play. All right, guys, grab some water. Decide how you want to start pressing and what you're going to go to if you need to swap it up within that 7 minutes. Okay, that may be discussed now or on the fly during the game. Outlet, Black! Outlet! Good. Good, G. Fine. Good finish, loose. All right, sleep well, hydrate, good food into the bodies.
Roll UMass on 3, ready, 1, 2, 3.
Roll UMass!
Thanks so much for participating to Coach. Good luck to her and the Minute Women as they are getting the season underway. Truly one of the all-time great programs at UMass. Time for us to take our final break of the show. Don't go away. You can tweet, Snapchat, and Facebook Live all your friends over the last 2 minutes to tune in, because when we come back, we find out some of the unique hidden talents of UMass student athletes.
The George Washington University respects diversity and our unique backgrounds.
Fordham University respects the opportunity we've been given.
St. Joseph's University shows respect by engaging in the community.
St. Bonaventure University respects encouraging physical and mental health.
The University of Rhode Island respects protecting the environment.
Davidson College respects pursuing academic excellence.
The University of Dayton respects developing our youth.
The University of Massachusetts respects giving every student athlete a voice.
Duquesne University respects and promotes a campus environment intolerant of sexual violence.
LaSalle University respects connecting through faith.
VCU respects the advantages diversity and inclusion bring to our campus.
SLU student-athletes respect our exceptional facilities and have gratitude for athletic support services.
The University of Richmond respects having integrity in everything we do.
George Mason University respects supporting those in need.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Welcome back. It's the final segment of UMass Sports Insider, and we went all out for this week's lighter side because we know you deserve the best. Hey, we all know how talented in their respective sports some of the UMass student athletes can be, but we got to wondering what other stupendous feats can they accomplish. So we spent the week finding out. Prepare to be amazed.
My hidden talent is I could juggle. I learned about a year ago from my older cousin.
My hidden talent is that I could recite all the presidents.
My hidden talent is the worm. When I was younger, I used to bring it out on the dance floor. And I still do sometimes.
Starting with number 1, George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren.
My hidden talent, I can wiggle my ears. Ready? Pay attention. They're moving now, you see? Just like that, that's how you do it. That's my hidden talent, wiggle my ears.
25, William McKinley, 26, Theodore Roosevelt, 27, Taft, 28, Woodrow Wilson, 29, Warren Harding, 30, Calvin Coolidge.
I can do a lot of cartwheels. I was a gymnast for like 10 years and I don't have much left at all besides I can do a lot of cartwheels in a row.
'41, George Bush Sr., 42, Bill Clinton, 43, George W. Bush, 44, Barack Obama, and 45, Trump.
So I have this hidden talent that nobody else in the world can do, and it is I can leg both my elbows.
There you go.
My hidden talent is javelin. In England, I was ranked 2nd in the country at one point.
So my hidden talent is wedding crashing. So to wedding crash, I pretty much just dress up, walk into the place like I'm there, should be there. It's great. There's normally an open cannoli bar. We always sign like the plate for I always write couple of the decade and then dash like my alias, of course. Can't reveal that though.
Well, certainly some awe-inspiring talent there. Thanks, guys, for participating. That'll do it for this edition of UMass Sports Insider. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to get to campus as all of the fall sports are now in full swing. We hope to see you here in Amherst. I'm Josh Maurer. We'll see you next time for another edition of the program.